Hey everybody, it's Sherry at the Crafty Decorator. Happy Monday, everybody. I'm going to say good morning, but by the time I get this done and posted, it'll probably be afternoon. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Guys, I'm still trying to decorate. My problem is I'm jumping all over the place. I still don't have my porch finished. I still don't have the kitchen fully finished. I don't have much left in the kitchen. It's cold out, guys. It's cold, but at least the sun is shining today. But it's cold out. But I wanted to do this pre-recorded video quick. Last night I finished my project using the 3D wreath forms from the Dollar Tree. I have a 10-inch one and two 14-inch ones. And that's what I used for my project. And I want to show you what I did. My God. I'm like a hot mess today, guys. Don't mind me, okay? All right, ready? Ta-da! Here he is. I'm going to bring him up closer. Look at him. Is he not the cutest? Okay, let me just tip him up a little bit so you can see his hat. There's his hat and his face. But how cute is he? Okay, I'm going to explain how I made him and what I had to use. Oh, let's put him back. Let's put him back here so you guys can see me and what I'm doing here. Okay, so you start with your 3 forms and you're going to want to put them together according to the directions. Now, what did I just do with my form? Oh, here it is. I told you I'm a hot mess and I feel like I'm crooked. Okay. Put your forms together according to the directions, all 3 of them. Then, okay, I want to tell you a couple of things I learned because I had to figure him all out. Now, on this one, when I first did him, I could see the green a little bit through. Now, it doesn't bother me much, and my son goes, Mom, it doesn't bother me, but I wanted to figure a way out because, I don't know, I just don't know about the green showing through. So here's what I did. I took masking tape. So get yourself a roll of masking tape and start here in the center, and you're going to run your masking tape down the center of this rods here, and then just pinch it closed. Now I just continue all the way around to the other side. Just go across the top. Plus this helps make it a little sturdier, I think. These things are made so cheap, these 3D forms. Those little silver pieces that you used to put it together are so cheap. All right, I rip it, and then I continue starting over and just going down another rod. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to cover it up, but it helps not to see the green through. So you just do this. Can you all see what I'm doing here? I'm just running it down and putting the rod in the middle of the masking tape and pinching this closed. Okay. My living room is such a mess from making this snowman. I got to go down and clean it when I'm done here. My floor is like all tinsel. I want to get my big tree down today, guys. I don't know if I'll get it decorated, but I want to get it down. In the kitchen, all I have really left, I have to decorate my little tree in there and set my table and do my silver tray I have on the counter, my 3-tiered silver tray. Okay, now you have your form wrapped with your masking tape. Do it to all 3 of your forms, the 2 14-inch and the 10-inch. Okay, so now I want to tell you a little bit about my garland. Now, I originally bought all my garland at my Wal Mart close to my house here. And it's 15 feet and it's 4.6 millimeters. And it's $3.88 for one. So I used like 3 for the big ball, 3 for the other big ball. So the bottom, the middle, and 2 for the head. Now, it depends how close you're going to wrap. So you can use anywhere between 8 and 10. It depends how close you're going to wrap. I needed to get more. And I had to run to Joann's yesterday. So I ran to the Walmart up by there. And I grabbed all of my tinsel. And when I was going through self-checkout, I realized I had some that were $3.88 and some that were $4.88. Well, the $4.88 is 36 feet. But it's 11 millimeters. And now when I was just getting this all ready to do this video, I realized because I ran out of this 488 one, I was using them first. I only had 4 of them. And I was using this first. And when I ran out, I went to my 388. The 388 one, guys, is thicker. I know it's not as long, but it's thicker. It's just nicer. That's what I used on this snowman. I'm going to kind of show you. Maybe you could see the difference when I show you the head that we're going to be working on. Okay. So I suggest get the 388 because it's fluffier. It's thicker. So we're going to start. So let me find my end here. You have to like look underneath here to find your end. Okay. This one is it's nice and thicker. I should have saved a piece of the other one, but I don't know. I don't have a piece hanging anywhere to show you, but I'm going to try to show you on the head. Okay. So this also has wire in it. So all I did was go under here and twist this together. Okay. Now, if you buy tinsel that doesn't have wire, just hot glue it down. Okay, so now we're on top here. Now, what you're going to do, and I'm not going to lie, you're going to use like a lot of hot glue for this. But you are going to glue here on this rods. I do like 2 or 3 at a time. And then you're going to bring your tinsel garland around and glue it down. So then you just add more to your rods there and work your way around. And I add the glue. Ouch. Let's see. This one. Fix this one. Okay. I'm going to show you. Let me do one more so I get to where you're going to be able to see it good. Okay, so I add the next glue. See how your tinsel is ended here, right there. So I add it a little bit above the end and then glue this one down. And you're going to work your way around. You just keep working your way around. Like I said, I add glue to like 2 or 3 of them at a time because it goes faster. Then you just keep wrapping. Just keep wrapping. I get confused of where I ended. Okay. I'm not going to do this whole thing in front of you because I have one that is just about done. I'm going to cut this just to show you how you start. I don't want to open another one. Okay. So, I don't know. I want to see if I could get you to see the difference. I don't know, but you could see how fluffy this one is compared to this one. This was the 488 one, and this one is the 388 one. And see the difference? So I am telling you to get the 388 one. It's so much fluffier. Okay, so when you come to the end, like when you need to start another tinsel, now because it's wired, I am just twisting it together. That's all I'm going to do is twist them together. I just twisted it together. Now, if you don't have wired, I'm going to say to tie it together. Now, you just keep going around. Don't skimp too much, like especially on the head of getting it full, because you have to add the eyes and the mouth and the nose. I know this isn't going to be for everyone because, I mean, it's not that cheap to make. So you're talking like $4 for tinsel for each one. So you're talking like $32 probably. Right, let's see. Yeah, like $32 for the tinsel. You might be able to find it cheaper somewhere else. And if you can find it even thicker, that would be better. But I found like thick, real thick, in silver and red and gold. But I could not find real thick in white. You need glue stick. And just continue around. I actually started recording this video and I had to stop and restart because it was going to take me too long to wrap this ball all in front of you. Because I have a lot of other stuff to explain and I didn't want to keep you. Okay, so just add hot glue when you come to the top and fill that in. And then cut. Okay. Now you have your ball finished. This is the head. And I am going to put the cheaper. Can you see the difference? Oh, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. I might have to redo a head. But anyways, it's even different. It's going to be different than the body, but that's okay. All right. So there's your head. And these are my bodies. I have two of these in my head. Now, I needed to figure out how I am connecting all this. See how this sheds all over the place? Okay. I needed to figure out how I was going to connect them all. So, my husband and I went to, first we went to Home Depot looking for wood. And God, the wood was expensive. At Lowe's, I got a big piece of wood for like $3. So we went to Lowe's and we were looking and looking and looking. And I went to where the table legs are and stuff, and I found a spruce pine fir edged glued panel. Now, I already have it painted and stuff, but I'm gonna show you. Okay. So, this is it. You can use it for like a top of a stool. You can make a tray out of it. You can make a little table out of it. It's 1 inch thick by 15 inches round. Now, you don't have to go buy this. It was 8 something. You don't have to go buy this. You might have scrap wood laying around. But 15 inches, like this way, 15 inches and 1 inch thick. Then, okay, so the first time I tried to do this one, I only did 1 pole in the center. It was not sturdy enough. So, 2 holes. What I did was find where my center was. Now, when you're going across the top, it actually measures 14 inches because I'm not doing the bullnose part. So, I marked 7 inches in the center. Then I went around this way. And because I wanted 2 poles, I did a 6 inch and an 8 inch in the center. I marked 6 inch and 8 inch. So in the center of your wood, mark 6 inches and 8 inches. Then I used, now that dowel is a 1/2 inch by 48 inches long. I'm going to explain 2 things. If you're going to make the hat, I would cut this dowel down to 45 inches because it's going to be too high. Unless you, well, I shouldn't say that, because if you use a bigger, taller can than I am, you can leave it 48. Here's what I'm going to suggest you do. I'm going to suggest you drill the holes. You stick, now you're going to drill your holes like 3/4 of the way through your 1/2 inch. And you're going to stick your poles in there. Then slide all your pieces on and see how much you have left at the top. Then put your, whatever can you're going to use on there and see if the pole is going to be too big. Because if it is, then you're going to need to trim some off. But, okay, so this is a 1/2 inch by 48 inch. Then you're going to, after your holes are drilled, I just use white craft paint, guys. I sanded it a little bit with sandpaper, and then I used just white craft paint, and I painted it. Now, wood glue to give it extra stability. Add some wood glue in there. Now, this is after you already figured out how high you're going to want your poles. So I am adding some wood glue in there. Make sure I have enough. Okay. Then I am going to stick my pole in. And I'm going to have to hammer it down a little because, where's my hammer? Here it is. Your drill bit's going to be smaller than a 1/2 inch. But let me hammer this down in. Oh, I got to stand up to do it, guys. Sorry. Okay. Now, because this is a 1/2 inch, when I used the 1/2 inch drill bit, it was way too wobbly. So my husband and my son said I needed to use a drill bit the next size down. So I used a 1532 drill bit to drill my holes. It's like a tiny bit smaller than a 1/2 inch. So it makes your dowels nice and tight. Okay, so after you have your wood glue in there and you hammered your things down, see, these are, well, you can't tell, but these are nice and tight. What you're going to want to do is, let me move my wood glue out of the way and my glue gun. Okay. You're going to want to take your body pieces. And it's crazy, guys, but these look different sizes when you put them on. But they're not. Okay. So, you're going to want to slide your dowels through. Now, get in between like two of these bars. And you're going to have to watch to make sure you come out the top at the same place. So, I know it's, let's see, maybe if I tilt you up, you can see what I'm going to do here. So I am going to slide these through, and you want to make sure you're across even through these poles. And then I need to come out the top. And I got to stand up, guys, so I can see. Because I got to see between what two bars I'm through. And I got to bring my dowel through the top. Got to get it through my tinsel. Okay. Then you're going to slide it down to the bottom. There we go. Okay, so let me tilt you down. I got to keep rearranging the camera. I'm sorry. So see, now you have it down on the bottom and in there. See, I can pick it up without them falling out because I drilled the hole a little smaller. Okay, same thing with the second one. I'm going to raise you back up again. And we are going to put our dowels through here. You got to get in between your tinsel. And you want it as close to the middle as you can get it because we want it to be stable. Okay, I got to stand back up and make sure I get my through the same spot in between the same two poles in there. Your wire. Let's see. I am between these two. You could stick your fingers in there. All right. Put that in. There we go. Now we have the two in there. Okay. Let's see. I can't really see. I kind of like to look at it and make sure that I am looking okay. Because really, see, okay. Here's what I want to explain. Okay. So here, this is like a space in between these two poles. Now, the way I put it on, I have a bar going in between the space. I want to switch that. I want space, space. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I need to look at it. It's hard when you're not looking at it, but I need to look at it to get it, to make sure that I'm going to look kind of even. All right, so I want this one here. I need it to move over a bar. I think that will give me what I'm looking for here. Nope, that still ain't giving it to me. Let's see. I'm trying to get it so I have the same space. I know, I probably don't need to be so fussy. It probably doesn't matter, guys, if the space is the same. All right, I need to watch. I just wanted to make sure it looks right. Okay, that one goes there. And this one is gonna go here. Okay. All right, that's the best I'm gonna get it. So there we go. Okay, now the head. Now the head, and I'm gonna have to look at it because I picked this as my front. All right. So, let's see. I should be in the camera. I shouldn't be out of the camera. Okay. You put the head on the same way. See where you're going here. You got to get it in. Okay. Now, you got to see what bar. I think I should be in between these two. Just trying to make sure I get in between the right ones. All right, am I there? I'm there. Okay. Okay. Here we go. He kind of looks like a devil right now, doesn't he? Okay. Now, if you're going to make your hat, these are going to need to be shorter. But I have to show you. I found this hat at Wal Mart for $10. It's a tree topper hat. And I kind of really like it. You know me with my grays and creams. So see? Now, those wouldn't need to be cut. My only thing is, I kind of want to try to cut the hole a little bigger here so the hat will sit down farther on his head. I don't know. But, how cute, right? Okay. So, I am going to leave this as my hat for this one because I think I want to use the gray. All right, now I think I need to, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have to tilt you down more so I can show you the hat now. All right, I am gonna set him to the side a minute because we're going to do his hat. And I need to lower you down so you can see. Okay, you can use any cans you want. If you have the big veggie cans even, or coffee can, I want to say this is probably the size of a coffee can. My coffee, we buy Dunkin' Donuts. It doesn't come in a can. I needed a can, and I found this can at Hobby Lobby, and it's 50%. It was 50% off the other day. So it was $4 for the can. But you guys can use any can you want. Now, I needed to take this out of here. I needed to take that out. Then, you need to measure your can. So, measure how long, and then measure around. So you can cut your fabric, okay? Now, I used, oh, and I bet you I didn't bring a piece of black fabric for the hat. Oh, Lordy, for the can, for the top of the can. I bet you I didn't bring one. I might have to run and get it. I'm going to have to run and get the fabric. Okay, so just let me do this a second here. My son says I can edit these videos. So we're going to see if he could delete the part with me running to get the fabric. Okay, now this measures 6 inches this way. I did like 8 inches because I don't cut straight all the time. And I just wanted to make sure I'm going to have enough fabric to cover it. So either I line up at the top, the bottom here. This is going to be the bottom of your hat. I line up at the bottom there. And I am going to add hot glue. I am picking up all the tinsel, guys. I am going to add hot glue to the top and the bottom rim here. Just like this. And then I'm going to glue. I'm only going to do a little. So I am just adding hot glue to the rim there. And then I am going to glue this down. It doesn't have to be perfect because you could trim off. And then I'm going to work my way around the can. I am going to work my way around. I try to keep the sides even. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure this is even here. All right. You're just going to keep working your way around the can. All right. And pull it tight while you're gluing down. This will definitely be afternoon by the time I get this finished. I'm sorry this video is going to be a little long, guys. But it's just like not one step. There's a couple steps. All right. I'm trying to get this finished and not keep you on here forever. I need a glue stick. All right, now I have too much extra here. So I'm going to trim that off. Just leave enough to glue down. That's okay, because I could use this piece for his eyes. All right, now you're going to glue this part down. Glue this down. Hot glue to the end. And then glue down. All right. Now I need a trim. I need to trim this off. I couldn't, the mouth was so hard, guys. The mouth was so hard for me to make. All right, I trimmed that off. Now, I need to run and get a piece of black fabric. And hopefully my son can delete this out of there for me. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to run all the way to my craft room Okay, now I laid my can on top of a piece of black felt. And you are going to trace. I traced with a piece of chalk. Trace around. Your can. You know, I went over like 5 times to make sure I had everything I needed. Okay. Then you're going to cut it out. Now, I cut it out a little bit further away from my trace line because I want to make sure that it's going to be even. I'd rather trim off around the top of the hat. I'm always worried that I'm going to have it too small. Okay. Now you're going to add glue around the top of this, and you're going to glue your hat piece on top. So I am going to add the glue around the edge. I got to kind of go fast because I don't want my glue to get dry. Just add your glue around and then glue your hat piece, pulling it tight. All right. Now, gosh, I got glue strings, I got tinsel. See how that is? So now I'm going to trim around. I'm going to trim this extra off. All right, just want to look. I have a chalk line. My chalk line's there, but you can rub the chalk line off. All right, I'm not going to keep you on here while I rub a chalk line, but it comes off. All right, this is our top of the hat. Now, for the base of the hat, your brim, I cut a 10-inch circle. So you're going to want to figure out how much you want to come out from your hat. Let's see. Where's my measuring tape? I am so disorganized, guys. Oh, right here. All right. I just want to give a glance. I did 2.5 inches. I have 2.5 inches from the middle out. Now, my problem is I cut this middle just a tad too big. So when I do my felt over it, I mean, it fits. See, it doesn't fall through or anything, but I just want it a tad bit smaller, like 1/8 of an inch or so. So when I cut my felt out in the center, I'm going to leave a little extra felt around the end. So I just cut this out of cardboard, guys, one of my Amazon boxes. And then you lay your can on top and draw around, but make sure you don't cut in too far. Then I cut 2 squares of fabric that will fit my circle. I lay this down, my brim. Oh, my legs are getting stiff. Okay. And I got to make sure you see me. So I lay my brim down, and I am going to add glue all around this center piece here. Add glue all the way around there. And I have a glue stick in my hand because I know I'm going to run out of glue. Okay, so add glue all the way around. Then take your piece of fabric and lay it over the top and glue it down. Now I probably have my fabric a little too big, but okay. Then, see, I'm glued to the center. Now I'm gonna add glue around the edge, and I only do a part, like a little part at a time, maybe a quarter of the way around at a time, and glue maybe a little more than a quarter, and glue that down. I just work my way around, and of course my glue stick. Okay. All right, I have this side. I'm a mess because I got tinsel and stuff everywhere. This side is glued down. Now I'm gonna flip and do the same thing. Add around the center circle. Your glue around the center. And put your fabric on top. And then glue around the outer edge. We're gonna glue around the outer edge. And glue our fabric down. I can't, like, I'm like so out of the camera here or something. Okay. Glue around. All right. Now you have your 2 pieces of felt glued to your cardboard. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, because you could see, like, you could see the wood here. I am going to add hot glue. I want to try to be able to show you. First, I'm going to add a glue stick to my gun because I know I'm going to need it. Okay. I am going to add hot glue a little ways away from the cardboard because when I trim, and I am going to glue these 2 pieces together, okay? I'm going to do that all the way around because when I trim around, I don't want the cardboard to show. So I am just going to add a little ways away from the cardboard hot glue and glue the 2 pieces of felt together. I feel like my glue gun wasn't. There it goes. Wasn't pulling my glue stick forward. All right. Let's see where I stopped here. All right. Now I'm going to take my scissors and trim around. You could see your glue line here, so trim along outside your glue line. Don't worry, you can go back and re-trim like if it's too long. if you're not seeing your glue line good, you're better off not trimming too much off and going back and trimming a little more than cutting too much off. Just trim around the hat. There we go. Okay, trimmed around my hat. That's the bottom of my hat. Now, I got to cut the center out. So I kind of lift, just like we do when we do the gingerbread man and the Santa heads. I'm going to make a little slit in there. And then I'm going to cut. Now remember, I said I'm leaving a little bit more fabric because I made my hole a little bit too big. So I am just going to leave a little extra in the middle. Well, around the edge of my thing here. And I'm just going to trim around. Doesn't have to be perfect. No one's going to see it because it's... Okay, that's one side. Now I got to do the other side. I just trim. Okay. There we go. Goodness. So much buzz. Okay. There's my face through the hat. Okay, there's my hat brim. Now, I need to slide. Let's see if I could just slide this over or glue it down. I was gluing it down, but I wonder if I could just slide it over. No, I'm afraid it won't fit. Okay, so just place your can on the top to see about where it's going to go. Then I am going to, I'm just judging here. Okay. I am going to add hot glue around my can here and glue it down to my brim. I'm going to add hot glue around the edge. It seems like when you push your hot glue a lot, the glue starts to not melt. It's hard to do while I'm holding it. But I don't want my glue to get dry. All right. I need to get it down. Okay. All right. There we go. There's my hat. Now you can decorate it however you want. Now, this will be like, my sticks are going to be way too high for this guy, for this one we just did, because I'm leaving them high because I'm going to do the gray. But can you see the sticks are way too high? All right. But I'm going to show you. I used red, roll of red burlap ribbon. to do around his hat. And you don't have to, and I kind of like it thick. And I'm going to start at the back. Well, let's see. I kind of tied it in a little bow. So I might be short for his scarf. Okay. Not a bow, but like just a knot. But let me see here. I tie it around before I cut to see how I want it. And I like it thicker because I like to bunch it a little bit. But I gotta make sure I have it right. All right. Kind of pull it tight. Probably should be a little longer. Need this piece a little longer. I'll straighten it after I get the length I want. All right. All right, and I'm gonna cut this so they kind of match, and then I can pull it tighter. All right. And you can glue it into place once you have it. Like I glued this down. Once you have it the way you want it, you could just glue down the end. I don't want to keep you on here forever just playing with his hat brim. I don't want to glue it yet because I would just add a dab of hot glue under here and glue this down. So you have the hat. All right, now, after that, I have these I had gotten at Hobby Lobby. I think you get 3 or 4 of these. I think it's 4 of these little prick things on here. And where the ornaments are, like they're to clip on your tree. I have these. And I just used 2 of those in there. You don't even really need 2. You can use 1. I got to get some red berries, though. All right. So I just clipped them in there. But there's your hat, guys. You could do it any way you want. But that's how you make this part, the hat itself. And then you could decorate it any way you want. All right. So now on to the eyes and the nose. Okay. For the eyes and the buttons, I just fold a piece of fabric in half here, like this. And I just freehand cut a circle. I was like saying maybe the size of a quarter. So I am just freehanding his eyes. I gotta make sure I'm cut. I look at them. Okay, I'm not sure I'm liking those as eyes. I might use those as buttons because they're not like really nice and round. But you do the same thing for the buttons too. You need 3 buttons. But try the eyes again. All right. They're not supposed to be perfect because they're like pieces of coal. All right. I need one more circle for a button. This was the easiest part. The mouth is what gets me. You guys will probably be much better at it than me. But, okay. These are my buttons. These are my eyes. Now, I want to put his hat on. So I could see if his eyes are going to be okay. It's so hard to do this without looking face forward. I could trim them down. I got to look at them. I think I want them a little smaller. I think I want it a tad smaller. So I'm going to trim around again. I should have had these cut out already and just showed you like how to cut them and had them all ready. All right, I got to make sure both his eyes are the same size. Not that they have to be, but I don't want them looking all discombobulated. All right, you guys can fast forward through this video. You don't have to watch the whole, like every single thing. All right. I think those will be good for his eyes. They're not centered yet. I'm going to have to look at them to get them centered. I was just kind of trying to show you. All right, now for the nose. What I did was draw a little triangle on a piece of paper, and I traced it onto this orange felt. And I sewed it on the machine. And then I just cut this out. I'm trying to go faster. Okay, I cut this out, and I turned it right side out. I always want to say inside out. I turn it right side out. Wrong way. This goes in. This is my cool little turner outer thing. All right. I need to turn it in right side out. I should have used this skinnier. There we go. Okay, and I poke it through with my little wire poker to get his nose part to come out. Okay. There's his nose. And I use a little bit of stuffing. Just a little. You only need a little. I shove it down in there. Okay. This is like doing a live. I'm on so long. All right. I fill it to the end because we're going to glue his nose on. The mouth is what's going to take me a minute to... Okay. I want it to the end because I want to glue it and I need it sturdy. Okay. All right. Here's his nose. I stuffed it. I stuffed it to the end, see? Okay. Now the mouth. Ugh, the mouth. I don't like doing the mouth, guys. All right. I am going to use my chalk, and I am going to draw a mouth. It might be too big, but I can trim it down. Okay, I drew a mouth, and I'm going to cut it thicker. I don't like drawing mouths. And I'm sure you guys will probably tell me how I should be drawing it, how I should be making the mouth. But I'm not good at this. All right. You don't want it too fat, because that was my problem before. On the other one, I hope this is going to be okay. I might have made it too long. I gotta look. I think it's going to be too long. I'm going to judge against this mouth. Yep, I made it a little too long. So let me see if I could trim it. Let's see what it looks like. I gotta put it on. His mouth, my kid and my husband said, his mouth shouldn't be perfect. You're supposed to be making it out of like rocks when you build it outside. All right, I gotta just try it and see before I show you. I gotta see. Okay, I think that will be okay. I'm gonna turn it around and show you. Gotta get it where I want it. Okay. And then I need to glue it. All right, I'm just gonna glue it in place. I just add a little hot glue to the back first in the center and glue it on. And then I add glue to the rest and glue it down. I feel like my hot glue gun is, did I unplug it? Feels like it's not getting hot. All right. There it goes. All right. All right, guys. Let me show you. This is his mouth, okay? Now I need to put on his nose. I got to see where his nose should go. Oh, God, my legs are really cramping. Okay. I want you to be able to see. So I got to see where his nose should be. And I got to place his eyes. I want to kind of get it where I could see it. His nose has to be in the middle of his face. And then you need his eyes. All right. I gotta see if that's where I want his nose. His eye doesn't want to stay there for me. All right. Okay, that's where I want his nose. So I am going to add hot glue all on the inside of his nose. I want to kind of make sure I know where I'm going. Yes, my hot glue gun doesn't seem to be working right. Oh, you know what's the matter? I'm jammed up with hot glue again. All right, I need to clean it out. Remember how the hot glue melts in the center here? And then it doesn't want to let your glue stick go. And I think that happens when you're pushing so much on it. Okay, I think that will work now. Now I gotta see where I want his nose again. Okay, it was right there. Okay, now I am up. See, that's working. That is working. So I'm adding hot glue around and in the center. All right, and then I am just going to hold on to the head while I push his nose on. Okay. All right, there's his nose and mouth. Now I gotta glue his eyes. All right, let me glue his eyes on. All right. Okay, I got his mouth. His mouth is probably, I don't know, it feels off-centered. That's okay. Now I need his buttons. I'm going to glue his buttons on. That's the easy part. Okay. There we go. There's his face, guys. He's crooked. Okay. There's his face. His mouth's a little crooked. That's okay. It should have been a little shorter on this side or moved over, but that's okay. But there he is. Now for a scarf, I just tie burlap ribbon around it. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough here. Let's see. I need to get another, another roll of burlap around. All right, he needs another roll of burlap. I need another roll of burlap. I need a scarf longer. But let me move him back a little bit. See, I need to cut, I think, underneath his hat. So his hat will go down further on his head. Because here's that one, and here's this one. Now, okay, I don't want my... For his arms, I just went out in the woods, guys, and I cut sticks. Now, I thought I was going to have to wire them. But when I stuck them in there, they hit the bottom of the inside middle there. And then, oh gosh, I got to get them in the camera. Okay. And then they don't fall through. They don't fall through. They just sit in there. So I didn't have to wire them. Now, trying to get them even. Just make sure your stick is long enough. But I think his arm should go down a little lower, maybe. I don't know. I think I need to trim this off. Let's see. I keep losing every single thing because I'm working in like a mess here. I need to trim them off. Okay, you can wire them if you want in there. Whoops. But they just stuck in there. And then for the bottom, for the snow, I bought this buffalo snow at Wal Mart for $5. Guys, it feels just like stuffing. So you could just use stuffing if you want. And I just shoved it around. Up his stick is. I just shoved it around the base. And then I glued it and down. I shoved it under there. And then I just added glue to the end. Like underneath and on top of my wood. And I glue it down. And you do that all the way around. And I might spray it with some adhesive glue and add that little fine snow on top or glitter. Then to put lights on him, I use the lights, the battery operated lights that I all told you about from Wal Mart. It took 150, so I had to use a set of 100 and then a set of 50. And I just stuck the battery pack through the tinsel in the back and worked my way around. Now I had to use the 4-inch zip ties and zip tie every once in a while to the bar there because they started to slide down. Even though I was pulling it tight, it started to slide down. But there's my snowman, guys. I hope you love them. And I hope you would like to make one. Here he is lit up. And this guy's got the black hat. This is the black hat, guys. Right there. And that is my Wal Mart hat. But he's cute with lights on him, isn't he? And I do need a figure to cut his hat down. Okay. If you like this video, if you think this is a really cool craft idea, sprinkle the video. And look at my hair. Oh, no, I thought that was my hair. That's his arm. Sprinkle the video. And I am going to pick a winner. Let's see. Today's Monday. Let's see. I'll give it 2 days. Wednesday. I am going to pick a winner on Wednesday. And I am going to ship you the 3 rings you need. And I am going to send you, let's see, 3, 6. I am going to send you 8 of these tinsels. God, I hope I can, let's see, 2, 4. I have 6. I got to go today, guys, and get 2 more. So I have enough to send you. But I'm going to send you 8 tinsels and the rings. And I'll throw in black felt for you, too. But I can't give you the can. Because Hobby Lobby, I bought the only 2 they had, but you probably have a can or something, and I will trace and sew up the nose. I'll have the nose in the box for you too. So the tinsel, the rings, the nose, and black felt. If you sprinkle the video, I'll pick some on Wednesday. If you like it, guys. And I know it's not going to be for everybody, but I think he's so darn cute. Okay, I got to get this cleaned up, and I got to run to Walmart and get the other 2 tinsels before I can't find them. All right, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.